Where is Luna Bear? There she is. Pets for a good girl. Good doggy. Yeah. Oh, belly rubs. Yeah.
Hi guys, so today is Friday. Last time I saw you all in a vlog, it was a little bit after Christmas. Actually, it was Christmas weekend, and we're only a couple weeks into the year, but Christmas already feels like it was forever ago, and all the hope that we had for 2021 to be tremendously better than 2020. I feel like we're still hoping maybe February things will get turned around. For those of you who are not American, I'm sure you've seen some of what was happening, and I'm not going to go into details. It's just obviously vlogs are a little more personal, and it was strange and unfortunate and sad and disturbing to see some of the things that occurred. I wish I could say I was surprised. I feel like I am both surprised and not surprised at all. I don't know if 2020 has just calloused us all and kind of it's made us kind of go like, yeah, that seems about right. But anywho, getting into calm, nice, happy things like reading. So we'll talk about the books that I'm going to be reading this weekend, as well as just some plans that we've got going, some shows we're watching, some video games we're playing. The two books that I'm currently reading would be The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead and then Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I can confirm to everybody who said that even if you don't like Uprooted, still give Spinning Silver a try, that I currently am so happy that all of you said that, because Spinning Silver, why can't I talk? Why can't I say this? Spinning Silver is very different from Uprooted thus far. The point of view, the way the characters are shown, I'm actually really liking it. I'm not very far in. I am only 34 pages in, but I do have a reading sprint with some patrons and my friend Jade from the channel Bedtime Bookworm. So I'll probably be reading more of this, hopefully get to around page 100 tonight. I am 87 pages into The Underground Railroad, and this one has kind of been my after breakfast read. I've been trying to read about 10 pages here and there when I can throughout the day, and this one I think is good for that because it's very heavy and it's not dense, but I also don't feel like, for those that don't know, this story is about if the Underground Railroad was an actual underground railroad, and it just kind of touches on a lot of really heavy things. So this is a book that's difficult to just sit down and binge because it's not really written to entertain, but the writing style itself also makes it difficult to get into because it's sort of detached from the characters and the horrors of what's going on. And it gets very, very dark and very violent, and there are horrific things happening. So I wanted this year because I have found for myself that I prefer to just sit and read one book and then move on to the next one. I don't usually like being partially through two different books, but this one is just, I would probably be in a reading slump if I was only reading this book. I feel like I need almost a pick-me-up, and I was surprised that Spinning Silver is so much fun because Uprooted I feel like wasn't exactly. There's some pretty, I wouldn't describe it as dark, but some bleak things touched on in this one, but I also feel like the voice of the characters has so much life in it that I'm very captivated by it. So I am enjoying this one quite a bit. I feel like enjoying is not the right word for this, and I don't think I would even use that anyway. I feel like I appreciate what this book is doing, but it is a difficult book. If I finish Spinning Silver, I'm going to finally jump into Best Served Cold. I was hoping to read this by the end of 2020, but didn't get around to it. So I'm hoping to jump into it. I'm really excited because I love the audiobook narrator for this, Stephen Pacey, for the First Law trilogy, and I know he does pretty much all of Joe Abercrombie's works. So I'm excited to listen to this one and go back and forth between the audiobook and the characters. Actually, that didn't make any sense. The physical copy. Anyway, I'm excited to go back and forth. All that said, I this evening will be doing a reading sprint here in a little bit because it is actually evening right now, and then probably just hang out with my husband, either keep reading or play some video games or watch some TV. We have been currently continuing with Tomb Raider, and that's kind of this weird Christmas tradition that we have. But then as far as the anime we've been watching, we finished, okay, technically Castlevania isn't anime, but we finished that day that I put up our season 1 review of Castlevania. We binged seasons 2 and 3, and season 2 was glorious. I want to go back and watch it again. I loved it so much. Season 3, I have lots of thoughts on. We'll probably do in-depth, non-spoiler, maybe spoiler, I'm not sure, but we'll probably be doing some reviews for seasons 2 and 3 of those. We have since then, now that we're done with that one, started watching Demon Slayer, and it is kind of more your typical youthful, despite its name, it sounds like it would be really dark, but Demon Slayer is more your usual, I get injured and I'm still fighting because I'm just so strong, and then there's really long monologues during a fight where they're like, oh, the enemy is using this power that's never been discussed before, but I will have to use this power that also has never been discussed before to defeat it, and it's fun. So we'll probably watch some more of that this weekend. So that's where we're at currently with TV shows and video games, and I'm going to be getting to some reading here in just a bit, and then I will update you on my thoughts of the books.
Are you sad because we ate human food and didn't give any to you? Yeah. But you're supposed to not eat human food. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Luna. I know. I know, it's tough. Yeah. No. No, I'm sorry. You can't have it. No. Still no. Still no, Luna. What? 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 What?
We're watching some Demon Slayer, and I got to a part that so perfectly demonstrates the monologues and the fight scenes. Yeah, you can hit play.
Right trim flips the wing right. The left one flips it left. Right leg, forward spin. Left leg, backward spin. The drum on his belly launches that claw attack. This whole time, I've just been grinning and bearing it. When I pulled Zenitsu off that girl he was chasing,
That's a weird way to put it.
whenever I tense up, my broken bones ache, stopping me from mustering any
Oh
strength.
my gosh.
That demon's attack is leaving tears that look like claw marks.
I'm glad he
I can't
explained.
help but imagine the most awful things.
Hi guys, so it is Monday night, kind of late. It's somewhere around 9:30 or coming up on 10 o'clock. And I'll update you a little bit on my reading in a second, but I thought I'd let you know how the weekend went. We recorded some World Hoppers videos, which is always fun, but there were some things over the weekend, nothing tremendous that happened, but there's just a few things that, I don't know, I don't usually share too much about my emotions beyond just my reactions to books and such, but I thought maybe letting you guys know a little bit of how I'm doing in regards to dealing with some things after the fact that my father passed away last year will be helpful for some people. And also, I know at the beginning of the video I have mentioned what was going on in America, and again, I'm not going to go super in depth with that, but just kind of a combination of a lot of things that have been a little bit more emotionally taxing. So the events that happened last week were, I mean, they're awful. Over the weekend, though, I was planning on trying to read as much as I could. One of the things that I was wanting to do is last year was, on top of being a mess for everyone, it was exceptionally difficult for us because my father's health rapidly declined. I was his caretaker. He ended up dying, and I am trying to still take care of certain things. When I was his caretaker, of course, because it was one thing going wrong after the next. So I know it's not common in every state, it's not common in every country, but in Arizona, it's pretty typical for people to have their own vehicles. And I have, my husband and I, we each kind of have, like our cars. And the one that I drove, just as soon as I moved in to help my dad, it basically stopped working, which was really difficult and really frustrating. So it was just one of those things, though, where it was like, okay, I don't have time to go have this fixed. Because I couldn't really leave the house. Like, I had to be there with him because he needed a lot of help. So that was just something that's like, okay, whatever, we'll like fix that when we got to fix it. Plus, my dad had a truck, and I was like, if I absolutely need to, my husband can take the truck, and then our car is lowered to the ground, which was necessary when I was helping my father because eventually, physically, he wasn't doing well. So anyway, it got to a point where it was like, okay, well, there is a vehicle if we absolutely need it. There's a second one, but the other one of ours wasn't working. But after he passed away, still that car doesn't work. We haven't had a chance to get it fixed. We're not going to get it fixed because this particular car model the company is out of business. So anytime we need to get any kind of part, it always takes forever and it's just not worth it at this point. So my dad's truck, we were needing to get the truck put in our name. This is like all the stuff that you have to do when you lose someone that you don't really want to do because you're like, none of this stuff matters because it's all just stuff. But at some point you have to take care of it. It's getting to a point where when my husband goes to work, if I need to do anything that requires me to go somewhere, I can't because I don't have any kind of vehicle. So not that I need to go too many places right now as it is, but I promise this story has a point. But anyway, so I was like, okay, that's one of the things we really need to get done. The thing that we did over the weekend is searched high and low for the title for the truck because we were pretty sure we would need it and then have to go down to the DMV and take the will and all of those things to get this sorted out. And we could not find it anywhere. We found lots of other stuff and it really just kind of made me sad because in going through a lot of those things, I don't know, just finding certain things it was like sweet, but also kind of sad at the same, bittersweet, I guess, because I would find my old orchestra programs from when like I was in high school. I don't know, just seeing all those things made me really sad. So anyway, the reading though, I did get some reading in today and I'm going to stay up late and try to finish Spinning Silver, although I still have like half the book left. But I'm going to try to finish that, and then I do want to start Best Served Cold, and I'm hoping to finish Best Served Cold and the Underground Railroad this week. So I'm about 200 pages into Spinning Silver. I'm really enjoying this currently. So one of the other books I have read so far this year is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, and that one is, I think, more formal and more distant and more atmospheric than this one, although I still think this is a good winter read because it's very cold feeling. But this one feels more like a fairy tale that you are experiencing, whereas the other one, it feels like a fairy tale you are being told. One small kind of complaint I have is that when it switches point of views, it doesn't tell you who you're going to, and a simple just putting the character's name would clue you in and clear everything up, but it always takes a sec to figure out who you're following because they all are in first person, every single one of the point of views. And the first 3 point of views that you are introduced to are all females of roughly the same age. It would flow, I think, a little better if they had just put the characters' names, which is not really a complaint of the story, just in, I guess, its presentation. But the premise is fantastic. Basically, the character, she's a moneylender's daughter, and she is acquiring money from people with interest, and then she's kind of obviously making money that draws the attention of basically a fae. And there's a couple of other perspectives that are intertwined with hers. One of them is someone who is involved in politics and is to be married off to someone potentially, and then someone else is a poor farmer's daughter, and that plotline is devastating because he is extremely abusive. I almost cried reading a certain scene. So I'm really enjoying this book. I think it's amazing. I'm very captivated by it. There's basically no action at all. It's definitely just, like I said, almost like a fairy tale. Unrelated to this week's reading, but just something I wanted to mention really quick. Now that this year I am prioritizing booktube a lot more, and I don't have so much going on in my personal life. I really am trying to connect a lot more with my patrons. I felt so bad last year because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything for my patrons. But if you are interested, I am going to be doing buddy reads with my patrons, and they had voted, I think Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse is going to be our February pick. So if you want to join, I'm going to have a Discord set up just for patrons, and we do reading sprints with some of my friends twice a week. It's really, really fun. Everybody's so nice over there. But anyway, I think I'm going to try to end this on a positive. Let me know how your week has gone. Let me know how you're doing. I hope all of you are doing well despite everything that's been going on. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Here's to hopefully a better next few weeks, and I'll see you all later. Bye.